Hello, friends. Ivan Oberon here, your favorite non-contingent real estate lender, coming to you with some relevant information again today. I keep hearing a lot of reasons why people might have stopped their home search or just kind of sideline or pause themselves for right now, just waiting to see what's going to happen with the market, what's going to happen with the rates, and what's going on. And those are all legitimate questions to have, but we got to talk through those things because I'm still getting people approved on a weekly basis. There's still an opportunity to qualify, even if you think you can't qualify because of the changes in the rates and of course prices still holding strong. But it's an opportunity, of course, to build equity sooner. But I want to go through just a few little things. Okay, we're just going to spend a couple of minutes here and give you my take on three things that and reasons why I still think it's actually a better time to buy than it's been for a while. So here's the three reasons why either to sell or to buy a home right now, because a lot of times sellers, of course, have to buy as well. So we can handle that together and partner with my realtor partners to do those listing consultations and make sure that everything works out well. So what's going on? We already talked about this. Like, why is it a good reason to buy or sell right now, or do a combination of the two things? There's certain things that are changed and that are different in this market now than the reason that people were getting fatigued in the past. Like last year, there was just so much competition, so much fatigue. So here's one of the reasons, right? There really are fewer buyers and potentially a little fewer sellers on the market right now, which means that a lot of the competition has actually left the market. We're seeing less offers per property. We're seeing more engagement with sellers. And so that means less competition as there's a little bit less demand. And actually, we've seen inventory start to go a little bit of an uptick now too. So what's been happening for the first time in a long time, the buyers have actually had the ability to be more in control of that negotiation, to work with pricing, to work with seller concessions, and really overall negotiate a better deal. And not necessarily just a better deal for themselves, but we can talk to you about ways to make it a win-win still. So it's a good deal and a better deal for both the buyer and the seller in his existing market that we've been in. And of course, we have to understand as sellers that the market has shifted as well, and being able to be flexible and not thinking that we're going to get $200,000-$300,000 over asking will also make your whole experience a lot easier and a lot better. And any good real estate agent, and I work with a lot of great ones, will have that honest conversation with you in regards to listing price expectations. And we're still seeing these properties sell very quickly because they're being put on the market by these great agents at the right price for the market, and they understand what that's doing. Okay, so here's some of what we're talking about, more flexible terms. And I know in your market, the values might be a little bit higher. I just chose a low conforming loan, but the numbers work the same. They're just a little bit more drastic when we start talking about higher loan amounts, higher purchase prices, jumbo loans. But one of the strategies and the things that we've really been helping our clients win offers with and making a win-win situation is just giving an example that plays on both sides, right? Meaning there's a benefit to both parties. A seller would still get a little bit better price. A buyer would get a lower payment, greater cost over the savings of the loan, and both parties are giving something. What I'm talking about is a seller concession to buy down a buyer's rate versus necessarily a bigger price reduction. So there's great ways to make this an incentive and an advantage and open up negotiations. And we've been able to clear up many stalemates when we were able to just provide a creative solution. And I have a whole spreadsheet where I can work through a specific scenario and show you, okay, here's how much they're asking for a price reduction. Here's how much it would cost to say, hey, let's buy the rate down a couple of points. What's the difference? What's the net benefit to that buyer? And what's the net benefit to the seller for maybe even retaining a little bit higher sales price? And so these are great things and great conversations that we can engage with proactively that a lot of people aren't thinking about still, and that nobody has really brought up over the course of the last few years. So just know that there is more flexibility, more negotiation, and ability to truly collaborate on both the buyer and the seller side to create a winning situation. And of course, nobody's going to deny that the rates are definitely different than they were last year, right? They've continued to change in an upward direction. But what's happened is people are just getting stuck on the fact, well, this is the rate, this is the rate. This rate is temporary. Okay. So if you need to move, if you want to move, you find just the ideal situation, and of course we get you approved, then just marry the home, right? Date the rate, marry the home. And what's going to happen, just like we did several years ago, we're going to be able to, in the next 1 to 2 years, find a better rate, refinance you into a better program, and give you longer term savings for the life of the loan. But in the meantime, we can use things like seller concessions towards buy downs to help offset some of that right now. And then, of course, there would be a refinance opportunity when it makes sense for you, when the savings is substantial. And we believe it's actually going to happen in a shorter period of time than originally expected, probably somewhere in the next 1 to 2 years, where the rates will have dropped enough to where it'll make sense to refinance your home. But at least you'll have the home. You can change the rate at some point down the road. All right, and so those are kind of the main little things that I want to put in your ear today, and just to think about and to talk about. Let's get together on a Zoom, a call, or coffee, and discuss some strategy when you're going out there, looking at homes, working with buyers, working with your sellers on your listing appointments, and let's see how we can create a win for everybody involved. Talk to you soon. Until next time, appreciate it.